I'm going to be building this $4,000 gaming PC with no experience at all.
So here is all the parts I'm going to be using for this gaming PC build. And all these parts cost almost $4,000. So this is going to be a very expensive build. And the most expensive part is this RTX 4080 Super. This thing itself costs almost $1,500, which is an insane price just for a GPU. And this PC is also going to have the fastest CPU, which is the Intel Core i9 14900K. So this is going to be an insane build for a PC, which is definitely going to make me nervous because I haven't built a PC in over 2 years. But let's go ahead and get started. So it's actually been around 2 years since the last time I built a gaming PC, and it was my first time ever. So I definitely forgot a lot of steps on how to build a PC. But something I did not forget is that you do start off with the motherboard, which basically just connects everything together. So this right here is the motherboard, and this motherboard is the ROG Strix Z790E. And if you guys take a look at like the motherboard, it looks really futuristic. So the motherboard does cost around $420. So yeah, it definitely is one of the pretty expensive parts for this setup. So this motherboard does cost around $400. And for that price, it definitely is one of the most expensive parts for this PC. Inside the box, we also have like stickers, but inside we also have like a bunch of wires. Not too sure what these are. I'll definitely figure this out as we go along. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna try my best to build this PC without looking at any YouTube tutorials and kind of just remember everything I've done 2 years ago when I built a PC. And if I really do need to look at a tutorial, I will. But yeah, here I have the motherboard. It does have 4 slots for the RAM sticks. And this area right here is where we're gonna put the CPU. But first, let's go ahead and take all these off. Definitely do not want any of these while we have a PC running. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this motherboard is definitely very overwhelming. There's so much going on. I don't know where to start, but I'm pretty sure the first thing I'm gonna be doing is putting on the CPU. I'm pretty sure like that's the first step to do. So let's go ahead and do that. And inside this box is the CPU that I'm gonna be putting onto the motherboard. And actually this entire PC and all its parts are sent out to me by Paradox Customs, which is a sponsor for my team Zen. And basically Paradox Custom creates a bunch of pre-built and custom gaming PCs. And Paradox Custom is actually very well known. They built PCs for Drake, The Weeknd, and even James Harden. And it's no surprise because they have really nice customer service and also have really nice competitive prices. And speaking of prices, they're running a Black Friday sale where they literally have the lowest prices of the year. So you guys can definitely save a ton of money on pre-built and custom gaming PCs. And basically the CPU that Paradox Custom sent over to me, it is the Intel Core i9 14900K, which is literally the fastest CPU on the market. This thing has 24 cores with a clock speed of 6 gigahertz. So I mean, if you guys are looking for a super fast CPU, this will be it right here. But nonetheless, shout out to Paradox Customs and Zen for sending me over all the parts for this PC. If you guys are looking to buy a pre-built or a custom gaming PC, like I said, they are running a Black Friday sale. And also if you guys use code Zen, you could save even more money. So make sure to head down to the first link in the description to check out Paradox Customs. And thank you very much for sending me all these parts to make this video. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and place the CPU right onto the motherboard. I was actually getting flamed for putting the CPU into the motherboard super slowly the first time I built my PC. And it's honestly for good reason, just because this thing could be damaged really easily. If even one of these pins are bent, it's literally over for you. Literally $800 down the drain. All right, let's go ahead and actually take this thing out of the plastic cover. Once again, being really careful because I do not want to damage this thing at all. And then you guys basically want to take it out from the corner, you know, just barely touching it. And actually the first thing you guys want to do is locate like this little triangle on like the left side of the CPU. Not sure if it's going to be on the left side for every Intel CPU, but it should be on the left side. No, I should be fine. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm good. Please, I'm good, right? I'm good, right? No, I'm gonna put this away on the side while I show you guys. But basically what I wanted to show you guys before I drop the freaking CPU is that this area right here where you place the CPU, there's also like an arrow basically indicating where you guys basically place the CPU. All right, my heart is actually racing placing the CPU in. This is not good. This is actually not good. This literally happened the first time I built the PC as well, man. Oh, no, did I do something? No. I think I fucked up. All right, but basically over here on this ledge, you want to pop this right open, just add pressure to it, and it should just slide right off. And then from there, this thing will basically pop open. And from there, you basically just place the CPU right in. All right, I'm gonna be like extra careful now. Basically just take it out, literally just place the CPU right in. You know, nothing too crazy, don't freak out. Okay, the CPU is set, guys. Hopefully the pins did not bend or anything when I dropped it. I'm actually such a rookie at building PCs, bro. But now you basically just bring this thing back down, and basically this black thing should pop right open. If not, you guys can basically just forcibly pull it out or whatever. Now, next up, we have the RAM sticks, which are the G.Skill Trident Z6 RAM. And I basically have 48 gigs of DDR5 RAM, both costing me around $220. So yeah, definitely pretty expensive for just like RAM sticks, but I do have 48 gigs, so this is definitely more than enough. But let's go ahead and place it onto the motherboard. And basically what you wanna do is like open up these areas right here. I'm honestly not sure what this thing is called, but basically just open it up. Basically like pressing down and it should like open up. And then from there, just place the RAM sticks right in. I mean, it's pretty easy. Definitely like one of the easy parts to do when building a PC. Go ahead and place these down. It should just like snap right on. Nothing too crazy. Pretty easy to install. I should have definitely placed this one first, but don't really matter now. Yeah, pretty easy to install. It just clicks right in. You should be hearing a click once you add just like a little bit of pressure. And there we go. We have the RAM installed just like that. Yeah, definitely one of the easiest parts to do. I've actually never had this much RAM before, so it's definitely something new for me. Actually forgot to take off the sticker. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, but next up, we're gonna install the storage. I do have 1 terabyte of storage, and this right here actually costs around $105. Yeah, nothing too crazy, but let's go ahead and install this. And actually, no lie, I think I forgot how to install the storage. Might need to go back to the YouTube tutorials for that. But yeah, here we have it, the 1 terabyte of storage. Definitely more than enough storage for me, just because what the heck am I using 1 terabyte for? Like, that's so much storage. Okay, so now the area that I'm going to be placing the storage is going to be this area right here. There are other spots where you can install more storage, like this area and this area. Those areas probably have their own name, but I don't even know what it's called. But you guys should know what I'm talking about. They do have like this little lid, so you got to take this off. And from there, this area should open up. And now you basically just install the storage, put this little tab into this little area right here. Might actually need to force it in a little bit. And then when it stands like this, you basically just press down and then you place this lid back on. Make sure to take off these blue things on the lid. I'm pretty sure you guys do not want this thing to still be on. I'm pretty sure it has like some effect on the storage as well. So definitely take this thing off. And once that is off, you guys basically just want to screw this thing right back in. Okay, I should be set, and we just got to screw this thing back on. It's literally almost as simple as installing the RAM. Installing the storage and the RAM are definitely my favorite part, just because of how easy it actually is. And there we go. I have the M.2 SSD installed. Now it's definitely going to be a lot harder to install the other parts. So the next step is actually to install the PC case. Paradox sent me over this Height Y70 PC case, and this case actually costs $240. So let's go ahead and actually unbox this thing. And you guys can kind of see from the box, the case isn't like your normal like rectangle looking case. This thing has a little bit of a curve to it. Kind of reminds me of a fish tank, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and actually open this thing up. It's actually pretty huge. If the entire case is actually this big, that's actually humongous. Yeah, it's definitely pretty heavy as well. So here we have the PC case, and this is a black PC case. I'm honestly not a fan of like white PCs. You know, we're gonna stick with the black case. And yeah, this right here is the case. It definitely looks really, really nice. As you guys can see, this thing does have some shape to it. It's not just entirely like a box. So yeah, with this case, we're just gonna go ahead and screw on the motherboard to it. The case has like a ton of areas where you can screw on. And it actually comes with like an instruction manual where to screw things on. So yeah, this will definitely come in handy. I'm not gonna chuck this thing. I might actually need it. Okay, so I might actually need it now because I don't even know how to open this thing up. Bro, this thing opens up like a newspaper. I feel like a freaking old head reading this. You know what? Screw the manual. I'm not reading all that. Let's try to play. Oh, this thing just opens like that. Okay. Okay, wow, it's actually pretty easy to open. Just really unexpected. And if you guys take a look inside the case, there's like a lot of spots where it can help with like cable management and stuff. So yeah, definitely a really solid case. There's a lot of gaps within the case, so there should be like a ton of airflow going on. And now basically we're gonna screw on the motherboard onto this case. So inside the case, as you guys can see, there's like these little screw things. There should be 9 of them. And the motherboard also has 9 open holes where you can basically screw it into the case. case. The case also comes with the screw, so that's really nice. All right, nonetheless, let's go ahead and place in the motherboard. I'm actually not sure what this thing is, but it's kind of in the way, so let's actually move that thing. This thing just screws right on, so we can just screw it off. Okay, so I went ahead and unscrewed this thing. I'm gonna figure out what it does later, but now let's go ahead and slide in our motherboard, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to line it up with like the screws on the case. All right, so I think it's all set now. Just gonna make sure that everything is like kind of aligned. Okay, so I should be good to go. And now we're basically just gonna screw this thing on. So yeah, let's go ahead and put in the screws. Would be honestly a lot easier if I had an electric screwdriver, but you know, we're going old fashioned with like a regular one. So now that I have screwed in the motherboard onto the PC case, the next step is basically setting up the fans. And Paradox actually sent me over a ton of fans. And where I'm thinking about putting the fans is putting one over here and then 3 on this right side over here. And then the AIO will have the fans up on the top, which means I'm left out with 2 more fans, which I'll figure out what to do with it later. And these right here are the fans that Paradox sent me. It's from a company called Lan Li, which I actually think is really popular for their fans and I think the cases. So I have 6 of their Unifans, which in total cost around $170. It does come with like this little cable, which should connect like the fans to the motherboard. And then we have the fans itself. Comes with 2 screws, and I don't know what these things are, but it's like some translucent sticker stuff. But yeah, I like these fans a lot because there's also like RGB on the top and bottom. It's not just like the fan area where the RGB comes from. So here we have the fan. Definitely a really cool looking fan. I mean, it is 120 millimeters by size. So let's go ahead and actually set these things up. I do have 6 of them, so there is a lot of fans to set up. So the first fans I'm gonna be setting up is over here on the side. Pretty sure this is the rear exhaust fan. So I got my first fan right here. Also, this reflective area right here, I think has RGB, but simply just go ahead and place the fan onto the area on the case. So basically, I'm just gonna place this fan on the case, and then from there, just place the screw inside the fan. Now lean the fan onto the PC case and just screw this thing right on. And yeah, just look for open spots where you can screw the fans onto. On this case, there's actually a lot of spots where I could screw fans onto. So yeah, definitely really cool that this case has that. Since some cases you can only screw onto certain spots, screwing the fans on are actually really, really hard. It takes a lot of strength to actually screw this thing on. It like really resists really, really well. But yeah, there we go. I have the first fan screwed in. You know, it just sits there really well, so. And then now I need to connect these cables onto the fan, and then these basically connect to the motherboard. So I finished setting up the first fan, and I want to put 3 more over here. And as I was unboxing the fans, I just realized that some fans are bigger than the others. So I have a 140 right here, and then there's a 120. And this is what the size comparison is between the two. I'm actually not sure which size I should put over here now. I feel like maybe I should put the larger one just because there's so much space when I put the smaller one. So yeah, I need to figure that out for sure. Okay, so it is the next day, and this is how the PC is looking so far. I have 4 fans set up right now. This one is the 140 millimeter, and then these 3 are the 120s. I also have 2 more 140s that I will use if I need to. But if I place the 140s on the bottom, it just looks really, really like weird and off. The only way they will fit is like this, and it just looks completely like unnatural looking. So I'll just figure that out later. But now it's time to put in the AIO, which will be on the top. That also has 3 more Lan Li fans, which will make us have a total of 7 fans. And for the AIO, I have the Lan Li GA2 LCD. This is one of those AIOs with an LCD screen, so definitely really cool. And actually in the AIO, it's 3 120 millimeter fans. I'm pretty sure the AIO did cost around $250. So you guys could do the math to figure out like the price of the PC exactly. And inside over here, we have the AIO. As you guys can see, it has 3 fans. I think it's already screwed into like the AIO, which is pretty cool. Inside, there's also this bracket, which you have to install on top of the CPU. And then since I'm gonna be installing the AIO, I will need thermal paste. This right here is the Crayon Not Extreme thermal paste. And the first time I actually built the PC, I used the thermal paste that came with the AIO. I'm pretty sure that thing's super dried up on my main PC now, so I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm gonna put the thermal paste myself. So yeah, I think the fans are already screwed into the AIO. And all I gotta do now is just place it on top of this case, and that should be it. I think the AIO is pretty easy to install. Should be one of those easy parts to install, so let's get right to that. Okay, so actually I need to take out the motherboard just because I need to put these brackets through the back, and I literally can't can't since it's installed onto the PC case. So yeah, I should have definitely installed the AIO before installing the motherboard onto the case, but let's go ahead and just unscrew everything. Now the radiator is installed. It is on the top. Let's go ahead and actually install this thing right here. It does have pre-installed thermal paste, which I need to take out. Over here is gonna be the LCD screen. So now let's go ahead and take off this plastic cover on the AIO. Boom, there we go. And as you guys can see, there's this pre-installed thermal paste, which feeling it is already kind of like dried up. So I definitely need to take this off. Now, once the pre-installed thermal paste is taken out with some alcohol, I'm pretty sure you guys could use water as well. Let's go ahead and actually put in the thermal paste this time. Thermal paste also comes with the little spatula thing, so we can go ahead and just spread the thermal paste. All right, so I think you need to take off the cap for the thermal paste and then install one of these caps right here. It should allow you to distribute like the thermal paste easier or whatever. And what I'm gonna be doing is basically just I'm gonna add a little bit of thermal paste right there. This thermal paste is actually pink, what the heck? And then from there, we're gonna use the little spatula. That's honestly not enough. Hold up, I need to add more. Go ahead and add just like a little bit more and then we can continue spreading this thing over. I don't even know if this is a good idea, but let's go ahead and add just a little bit more because it's kind of like drying up and there's not enough thermal paste. And then we can continue spreading it all around the CPU. All right, that should be good, honestly. I'm gonna go ahead and just put like these wires onto the back first. And then you guys wanna take these screws right here if you're using Intel CPU. There's also specific screws for AMD CPUs, so you guys should be able to figure that out. And let's go ahead and now align it with the bracket that I installed earlier. So here is the AIO all set up now. As you guys can see, it just sits on the top. And then this right here is the LCD screen. So this PC is actually getting a lot closer to being finished now. So let's actually move on to the next step. So the next thing is our power supply. And the power supply right here is the Lian Li Edge 1000. It is a 1000 watt platinum power supply. So yeah, another Lian Li PC part. Kind of crazy that we have 3 Lian Li parts now. So yeah, the power supply just powers everything up on the motherboard. And this specific power supply did cost $185. I'm pretty sure that's actually a relatively cheap price for a power supply. I actually hate doing the power supply just because there's so many cables and stuff. This whole box right here is just the power supply's cables, which is honestly ridiculous. That's how many freaking cables there are. And then right here is the 1000 watt power supply. It's actually relatively pretty small, but it's gonna power the entire PC. So as you guys can see, there are a bunch of areas where you plug in cables. You gotta plug in the CPU cable, the PCIe's, all these random stuff. It's honestly just super overwhelming. And then inside this box should be all the cables. It comes in this little pouch. But yeah, here are all the cables. Oh my God. You guys could definitely tell this is gonna be a huge headache. And then we also have the power cable. Now with the power supply, you're supposed to put it on the back of the PC. We could put it either way, but it should just slide in right here. And then from there, we just use screws to screw it in. So the power supply is definitely gonna be the last hardest step that we're gonna be doing. And then afterwards, the PC is literally finished. Since I'm pretty sure the graphics card is pretty easy to actually put into the PC. The power supply, on the other hand, is actually a huge hassle to me. The first time I built my PC, bro, the power supply took me like 2 days just to figure out. And I also watched hundreds of YouTube tutorials. Okay, I just realized that it might be actually easier to screw on the other way. Yeah, it should be this way just because the fan, oh fucking shit, oh my God. I was trying to show you guys the fan from the power supply. But yeah, the fan was facing like this part, so definitely not good. I gotta actually stop dropping stuff, but the power supply is fine. We go ahead and just slide it in right here. Take the screws. Okay, so I think I finished most of the power supply's cables. It is just a complete mess right now, but I have the 24 pin connected. I also have the CPU one connected. And off camera, I actually connected all the cables that came from the PC case. So we have this cable right here, another cable, FD audio cable. It's just 3 cables. So yeah, now I think it's time to put in our graphics card. And finally, we have the graphics card, which is the Asus TUF Gaming RTX 4080 Super, which is the most expensive part of this PC, costing $1,200. And oh my God, bro, this thing is gonna be insane. I think the graphics card should be relatively easy to set up. I think the hardest part would be plugging in like the PCIe cables to it. All right, so inside of here is the RTX 4080 Super. It's honestly a huge GPU, and this is the final part of the PC build. Oh my God. This thing right here is actually beautiful, bro. Oh my God, bro. We have the RTX 4080 Super. If you guys just take a look at the size of this thing, it's almost like an Xbox Series S. It's definitely pretty heavy as well. So inside also comes with cables for the power supply. I think I'm gonna be using these. And then we have like stickers, manuals, all this stuff. And it also comes with this thing right here, which basically just pushes up like your GPU so it doesn't lean towards one way. Just so it could be like stabilized. And actually, I'm gonna be placing this GPU vertically on the PC, since I'm pretty sure the PC case does allow enough space for that. But nonetheless, we have the amazing GPU right here. Oh my God, bro. Just admire this thing. Holy. This thing is actually really chunky, like literally. Once again, bro, shout out to Paradox and Zen for sending me this out. This PC is just gonna be absolutely crazy. We have literally the best CPU and one of the best GPUs paired into one PC. This is just gonna be an insane build. So yeah, if you guys are looking for a crazy build as well, just like this one, make sure to check out Paradox Custom. They will be linked in the description. They literally make the best PCs. You guys definitely will not regret checking them out. And also, since they do have the Black Friday sale, you guys will be saving a ton of money. All right, time to put this thing into the PC now. So now on the PC, I need to first install this thing right here. I watched a few tutorials on what this is, and apparently it's called a riser cable. I'm still not sure what it does, but let's go ahead and actually install it first. So first, just take off like this plastic part, and you basically want to install it onto this area right here, which is like a little tab. And to do so on this case, you need to take out like one of these parts over here, since if I plug it in right here, it's too high. So let's quickly just unscrew one of these tabs. I do need to do the same thing later when we install the graphics card. So let's pop open one of these metal brackets. And then from there, you just plug in this little riser cable. And then we should go ahead and just connect this thing and it should be set. Yeah, once you hear a little click, it means like it's kind of connected. And then I can go ahead and just screw this thing back on. Now to install the graphics card into this PC, you gotta actually remove these brackets right here. Kind of the same thing I did for the riser cable, but I'm just gonna remove two of them for now and see if I really need a third one. And then this area right here is where we're gonna plug in the GPU. This area right here, I just need to take out this plastic thing. So go ahead and unscrew those little brackets. Like I said, I'm just gonna take out two just to be safe for now. If you have like a larger GPU, definitely need to take more brackets out. Once those are taken out, it just like pops right out, as you guys can see. Boom, there we go. And from there, you can install the GPU. I'm gonna first actually take off this little plastic part, and I'm installing this GPU vertically, so it might honestly be a little bit harder, but we gotta fit this thing into the case. All right, the AIO is kind of in its spot, but once we have that part into the little spot, we can just press it down. The GPU should settle right in. So this is what it's looking like. As you guys can see, you need to take out these two brackets since the GPU needs the space. But as you guys can see, the third one wasn't needed. And basically the GPU just connected right down there. And now just take back your screws and screw the GPU on. Might need to push it a little bit just because it's kind of like out of spot. Okay, so I just booted up this PC just to test run it and see what the problems are. And as you guys can see, one RAM stick lights up and one doesn't. Also, the fans I didn't connect yet. So if you guys are wondering why it's not spinning or no RGB. So yeah, let me go ahead and just fix around with this PC and its cables and stuff. Okay, so now I actually figure out how to connect the two last fans onto the bottom of the PC. It actually goes through the dust filter and just sits literally right here. So let's go ahead and actually put these on now. Okay, so I power up this PC once again, and I actually still don't know why one of the RAM sticks won't light up. And another problem I have is that the AIO screen is just black. I'm not sure if this is normal. Maybe you need to turn it on once you guys actually power up this PC and get the software. But down here, as you guys can see, I set up my two 140 fans. And so far, the PC, I mean, just looks amazing. I just need to figure out why these two problems are happening. And afterwards, I'm gonna put on back the graphics card and we should be finished. Okay, so I solved the problem with the RAM stick and AIO. I literally would not have fixed this without asking Paradox for some help. That's literally how good their customer service is, man. I literally called them up. I told them the RAM wasn't working and the AIO wasn't lighting up, and I got it fixed in like 5 minutes. I literally was sitting here for like an hour trying to figure out why it wasn't working, and then Paradox told me like this light was orange or whatever, meaning there was a problem. I rearranged the RAM sticks after that, and then the AIO actually turned on. Let's freaking go, man. Now we can finally put in the graphics card and the PC would be finished. And here is the completed PC. This thing took me a little more than 8 hours to build. It's because I am such a rookie at this. And there's actually a few things I need to do before actually booting up this PC. First, this rear fan needs to go a little bit lower. I sent a picture to Paradox and they told me it's too high, so I gotta lower it a little bit. And then these three fans on the spine, there's like a little gap if you guys can kind of see it. I wanna move it a little bit to the left. And then from there, it's just all cable management. That'll probably take me another hour, so let's get right to it. Also, make sure to let me know in the comments what you guys think of this PC build and how I actually did on this build. Let me know in the comments how I could have built this PC better. But honestly, second time building a PC in the last 2 years and with literally no knowledge of building PCs, I think I did pretty decent. There was just like a lot of problems with the wiring and the RAM stick especially. If Paradox didn't help me with the RAM stick, I don't think I would have gotten it, since I literally was all over YouTube and I still couldn't find any solution to it. Okay, I think this rear fan should be low enough. Okay, this area should be good for it. Now all I gotta do is just reorganize the fans on the spine. Like, this gap is actually pissing me off. I really don't like it. Okay, so I actually changed my mind. I think this thing is supposed to be like that with the little gaps. And if you guys take a look at the screws, it's almost identically perfect. So there's actually no way for me to actually move it a little bit to fill in the gaps. But let's actually move on to a bigger problem, which is this crazy cable management. Oh my God, bro. Yeah, I definitely need to fix this up. The first time I built my PC, I actually just stuck all the wires on the back and just closed the lid on the back. But the Lee & Lee fan hub also came with a magnet, so hopefully the magnet could help me. And then from there, I could probably just stick it onto somewhere with magnets. Let's go to this back area right here and just put on with the magnet. All right, this is actually harder than I expected. I'm just gonna connect all these together so it doesn't really go loose. I just gotta rearrange the front a little bit, especially with this wire right here. This thing is actually annoying. Let's just put it through the back real quick. Should be good for that. This wire is kind of too long. And yeah, everything kind of looks good. So I could honestly just put the back lid now, but this is what all the cables look like. All these cables are wrapped up. So if I do pull one out, it should be easier to take. All right, let's go ahead and finally put back the lid. Okay, so I just got off a call with Paradox Customs, and apparently for the graphics card, I'm supposed to use this blue tip cable. So let me actually exchange that over. And then also the fans on the bottom of this PC is the wrong way. It's blowing fan downwards, not blowing it upwards, which kind of makes sense to me now. So let's go ahead and fix those things up. So after 8 hours, this PC is finally done. Literally just take a look at this PC. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Definitely not the best idea to let me build a $4,000 gaming PC, considering I literally dropped a CPU in the first like 2 minutes of building it. So yeah, let's see if this thing even turns on. If this thing doesn't even turn on, I don't even know what to do at that point. All right, time to see if this thing even boots up. Please show a display. If this thing doesn't show a display, bro, I don't know what I did for the past 8 hours. All right, moment of truth. We're gonna power this thing on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh my God, that thing is beautiful. Woo-hoo! That thing is amazing. Turning on this monitor now. Please have a display. Please have a display. I'm actually so hyped. Come on. Come on, show me something. Come on, show me something. Hello? Let's go. Oh, let's go. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. And there we go, guys. We just finished building this amazing PC. You guys do not know how hyped I am to see a display. I've literally spent so long on this PC, and all these YouTube tutorials literally did not help me. And just take a look at this PC, man. The RGB is just so nice. I actually love these fans. There's so much bright RGB on the side and also on the fan. This thing is just super, super nice. All right, so now I'm gonna be installing Windows 11 onto this PC. And how you actually get Windows 11 is by installing it onto a flash drive from another PC and then just plugging it into your new PC. Okay, now it's finally time to test out what the FPS we can get on this crazy PC. Oh my God, bro, this thing is actually beautiful. Now the max FPS this PC can get, it is getting around a max FPS of almost 900. So yeah, this PC definitely has some really insane performance. I can go ahead and plug in my 540 Hertz monitor and this thing will be actually really, really smooth. Okay, so in game, we're still running at around like 400 FPS. This PC is not optimized whatsoever. Usually Paradox Customs actually optimize their PCs before shipping them out, and it definitely would have some better performance. But this PC is still running a really solid around 400 FPS in game. I think if this PC was optimized, it could push definitely like around 600 in game. Who shot me? What the? What the? Cracked? Cracked? Dead? Oh my God. How am I alive, bro? How am I actually alive? But yeah, this PC is definitely really, really smooth. I have it paired with a 240 Hertz monitor right now, but for sure this PC can run the 540 Hertz monitor really, really well. Oh, there's someone in here. Hold up. Oh, what the? There's another guy. 30? Dead? Chill, chill, chill. Oh my god. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Oh my god, bro. This guy just died. Wait, this guy just freaking got sniped. I'm fighting this guy in the storm, bro. I need a med kit. Full box. Dead. Let's go. How am I alive, bro? How am I actually alive? Let me know in the comments if I should make a video where Paradox actually optimizes this PC. They are definitely professional tweakers, so this PC would definitely push even higher FPS. Probably even double the FPS, not gonna lie. I got height, I got height. Oh, this guy's down here. Edit that. Cracked. First try. This guy's one. There we go. Yeah, this thing is just so smooth. This thing is literally a cheat code, bro. There's another guy. 90? No way. Oh my, if I lost that. If I lost that, man. 80? No. I'm gonna just jump in. Dead. Let's go. Cracked. I'm one shot. I'm one shot. Let's go. Oh my god, bro. This PC is actually making me a beast. This thing is actually insane. Push me. Crack. Your box, buddy. I couldn't box this guy. What the heck? Take that. I dare you. Try take that. Try take it. Crack. Oh my god, this guy's won. No way. There's just no way. There's just no way.